lots of changes coming for the basketball playoffs. Could you kind of capsulize that? Tell us what's going on.
Yeah, everything's kind of changing this year with COVID going on. A lot of Division II teams have opted out of play, and most all Division III teams have dropped this year. But Division II, a lot of them have just opted not to play, so that's thrown the region balances off. There's a lot of teams regions that usually have 7, 8, 9 teams. They got 2 and 3 now, so they're making some adjustments and moving teams around. And our region has always had the 3 for the last 2 or 3 years, but typically we went to Arkansas. I'm not sure why they didn't send us back there. They're sending us to Illinois this year, who has 7 teams. So I'm not sure how they come up with the formula. What the plan is, they're going to send our top 2 teams out and play against 6 of the Illinois teams. One of them's not going to make it in. I'm not sure how, why, but one of them's not going to get in. Once we get out there, they'll take our 2 teams and then they'll reseed it. They'll just do a 1 through 8 bracket type tournament, and you'll play at that point. So, it's going to be hard to know where we're at right now until the season kind of gets over. But we will be going. We'll play ours to see who the top 2 is, and then we'll go to Illinois and play. Is what will happen.
Now, there was some discussion about the 2 Missouri teams won't be in the same bracket. Are they going to split them, put them in different brackets?
Again, the whole thing is kind of leads itself to some question and some controversy a little bit, because let's say we're the 1 and Penn Valley gets the number 4 seed. They don't want us in the same bracket, so they would either move Penn Valley to 3 or to 6 to get us out of the same side. And I'm not, again, it's kind of leading it to a mess, but that's what they've come up with.
How about the spring sports? You coach softball. Any word about how that may work out?
Well, ours is going to be the same. The only thing that's changing with that is we typically go to one side and play the whole tournament. This year, since COVID's going on, we have chosen to play the first round at the higher seed. So, for example, if we have 7 in our bracket, so if we're the 3 seed, for example, the number 6 team would come to our place and play a 2 out of 3 series here, and then the final 4 teams would go to Jeffco and play.
Back to basketball for a second then. If our teams finish 1st or 2nd, would they then host one of those 14 playoffs?
I don't think so. I think for the basketball side of it, once ours is done, the district tournament's held on the Illinois side.
Okay. All right.
To my understanding, and it's pretty gray, the whole thing is, but to my understanding, they're taking it out to Illinois, as far as I can tell.
So we are, I guess, the only thing we know for sure is that it could change.
It's changed 2 or 3 times in the last month, so everything's up in the air. Again, COVID's going to have play a big role in what actually happens. There could be other teams drop out. Who knows what's going to happen.
And that was Coach Richman there, the athletic director here at North Central. Now we have up in the booth Coach Jeremy Esry, the men's head coach. And, Coach, bring us into what your thoughts are about all the new changes we're going to have going on for the postseason play this year.
Yeah, it's certainly going to be different than we've experienced in the past. And, on both men's and women's sides. And so, new stuff brings challenges. The Region 24 that we're going into is a very tough region on both sides. And, they have some teams that have been to the national tournament quite a bit and stuff. And so, in the end, it's going to challenge us, it's going to make us better, and we're going to have to be up to par with everything. This is what the NJCAA decided because of some teams dropping and everything. And so, so we'll roll with it, and we'll go from there and see what we can do. So.
As we mentioned right before when Coach Richman was talking there, Missouri, our college could take the hosting spot this year, taking the number 1 seed, correct?
We could, we could. It doesn't necessarily have to go to Illinois. What they're going to do is all the coaches will seed the tournament 1 through 8, and then they'll break the 1 through 8 up into 2 different tournaments. So the 1 seed, the 4 seed, 5 seed, and the 8 seed would be in one bracket, and then the 2, 3, 7, and 2, 3, 6, and 7 would be in one as well. And so if we get the 1 seed or the 2 seed, we could possibly host the tournament throughout the year, and that'll be depending on like teams that we play. John Wood is in that region, and Parkland's in that region, so it'll be against liked opponents and stuff. So.
Summer opponents they'll be taking on this year in the region. And now we're going to talk about your team in basketball. Tuesday night getting to take on Moberly Area
Yeah.
Community College over down in Moberly.
Yep.
Quick thoughts about their school?
Yeah, they're really tough.
Yeah.
They made it to the national tournament last year, and we try to, last week we were talking about John Wood. We tried to do a lot of stuff that John Wood did, just with their program and stuff, and how disciplined they were and stuff. And on the flip side, we tried to do a lot of what Moberly does in terms of speeding teams up and making them play at their pace. And so it's going to be interesting to see. They're definitely going to be a challenge. They were, like I said, they were really good last year. They've been traditionally a powerhouse for Division I junior college. So, there's nothing better than going out and getting tested, and we'll certainly do that.
Exactly. Thank you, Coach Esry, for coming in on the interview.